Friday morning, later on after the 10 o'clock news, we'll have open phones for you. At 11 o'clock, we will learn about Great Lakes Pace. But for this hour, we are going to learn about one of the sports gems in the Great Lakes Bay region that happens every year at the Midland Country Club. It is the Dow Championship, the USGA tournament that has taken place now. Wow, this is what, the seventh coming up?
Year 7.
That voice belongs to the tournament director, and she is Wendy Trash. And Wendy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're always welcome here. I am proud to say that I've had an association with tournaments since the beginning, and it's been one of the joys. It was unique the first year to be able to do the first tee announcing and not have any idea about the names of these girls and the towns they come from. But you get into a sort of rhythm, and now it's one of my highlights. I look forward to it every year.
Well, you do such a great job, and you probably know a little bit about each and every one of them after all of these years doing it.
Well, I don't have to look up most of the names.
That's probably very true.
I think probably we should just, for the fun of it, give us just a little history of how the tournament came about and Outlier's role in the tournament, because Wendy actually doesn't work for Dow. She works for Outlier, which is the management company that runs it.
Well, when you think back to 7 years ago and the fact that we had a brand new course, a beautiful country club, I think the vision of Dow and Jim Fitterling was, how can we bring an LPGA tournament closer to home, meaning Midland? And the great thing about it is this course is beautiful. The fact of it is really the yardage is short for an LPGA tournament. And so with all the creativity that went into that, Dow proposed to the LPGA to have a teams tournament, meaning that the girls would pair up with one of their teammates and play as a team. And that has been so successful because it's the only one on tour.
I was going to say, it is the only one other than a major.
Correct.
It's the only one that's a team event.
Yes. And so you see the excitement of the girls when they come because it's a very relaxing atmosphere. They can play to each other's strengths, and they just have a lot of fun, and we try to embrace that.
Well, there's something new this year because the first years of the tournament actually ran on different than normal tournament days because the girls all had to fly out to the French Championship, afterwards, and that was always a stumbling block. And then in later years, we had the last week in June, but that was several weeks after the Meyer, which is held over in Grand Rapids area. Now we flipped the script. We lead them now.
We do. And part of that was with the transition of the commissioner and him really taking a closer look at all of the tournaments within the world and listening to the girls. Because, as you know, the girls are doing all that traveling. And the girls really said, hey, we play in Michigan twice. We play in Ohio. How can we play where we're working better? And so this year we've moved the tournament up to June 8th through the 14th, and Meyer is after us. And so we're excited from a actual player standpoint and who's going to be in our field because we know what Meyer brings as far as the ladies that turn out. So I think it's going to be a very robust field. We'll see that in the next couple of weeks, but we're very excited about the date change.
I'd asked you off the air, and for those that don't know, Jim Fitterling is moving from the CEO position to the executive chairman position of the board. Is that going to have much impact on the tournament? Because this was his baby.
It was his baby, but as you know, Karen S. Carter has been very aligned with the tournament, and that has really taken that under her wing. And so we're just very excited for all of that and have a lot of faith in Dow. And, they are really, truly a tremendous company. And so I don't expect any hiccups at all. I think Karen's going to just take that and go with it.
Yeah, just on a personal note, I think she's perfect to follow.
Oh, she's
Jim,
just a wonderful, wonderful leader.
A lot of the same traits.
Yes.
Personable, approachable.
Yes.
All of those things that you look for, and it's been a pleasure to meet him and work with him over the years.
It has
I
been.
mean,
Yes.
he's special.
Yes,
he's
very.
unique, very unique indeed. So when will you have a field?
Oh, we met with the LPGA this week, and they expect that within the next 2 weeks that we will start getting those reports from them. And so we're excited. We think that it will be a very, very strong field this year.
And one thing that is happening is tickets are on sale.
Tickets are on sale. They are. And
This
so,
has to be the best sports value in the country.
oh, it's $10 a day and $20 for a weekly ticket. So, I mean, you can't beat that.
No, it's got to be one of the best sports values. Much change this year on the layout of the course in terms of the public facilities?
No, I mean, every year we look at the pinch points of where do we see where we could expand areas, what we could do differently. And so admissions, we made that change 2 years ago. So that will still be farther down from the entrance of the Midland Country Club. We have had a need for a larger suite for the last couple of years, and this year we're able to do that. So it's the Garber deck, and it is to players' right of the 18th tee. And so in the past, that's been a one-tier deck. This year, it's 3 tiers, open to the public on the lower level, and then the suite will be air-conditioned glass front, and we'll use it for some of the programming throughout the week. We're very excited about it. We've never done anything like this. And the other thing that we're making a point of is our fantastic fairway, and that is out 15, and that will be all picket fence. We'll have food and beverage out there. We'll use it for Dow Experience Day. And so we're excited about that as well. We know that as the tournament continues to grow, that our fans continue to grow as well. And we see that year after year. And so trying to expand the course to be able to give fans more of an experience and more places where they can watch play.
And that really is, I mean, it really is about the fans, isn't it?
It is all about the fans. And we see that year after year where people are starting to watch certain players. And that's just exciting where they're bringing signs for those players. They're following them all 18 holes. And how lucky are we? I mean, the best female golfers in the world are coming to the Midland Country Club.
I mean, I tell people all the time, I mean, I have the privilege of being there on the first tee and watching them tee off. You see these young women, 5'6", 5'5", you know, whacking the ball 270, 280, and I'm going, oh my goodness. And if you take a side view of their swing, each and every one of them, you could take their swing and superimpose it on the next one and the next one, and they are identical.
Yeah.
They just know what they're doing.
They know that game of golf.
Boy,
and they
do
work
they
hard
ever.
at it. I mean,
Well,
that's their career.
That's their career. That's
Yes,
their
and they work
business.
hard at it. And so even the putting, you know, where they go to the putting range and you see them spending an hour or two after play, or they all go to the driving range over at Curry after play, and they really work on enhancing their game.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break, come back. We're talking to Wendy Trashin. She is tournament director for the Dow Championship. Again, it's the week of June 8th, and we'll tell you more about that and the dates and everything and all the stuff going on. Talk about the nonprofits, too, when we return. Let me take a moment to see if we can give you some money. Don't you think that would be a good thing, huh? Well, here we go. Our friends at Quick Lane Freeland on the McDonald Ford property are offering you a complimentary alignment check to make sure you haven't done any damage to your suspension and drive system. And to do it, all you have to do is stop in and say you'd like that complimentary alignment check. Now, if you're wondering just how important alignment is to the front of your car, I've asked John from Quick Lane Freeland to give us a short course.
If your vehicle's wheels are aligned correctly, it will not pull to the left or to the right when driving. It also prevents improper tread wear, so your tires last longer. A wheel alignment should be checked often because normal steering wear and tear can cause your alignment to go out in addition to potholes and railroad crossings. A correct alignment also reduces rolling resistance on your tires for better fuel mileage.
And better safety, too. John, thank you very much. Don't forget, too, if you need tires, Quick Lane Freeland sells all their new tires at just $5 over cost. Stop in today, get your complimentary alignment check at Quick Lane Freeland on the McDonald Ford property. Two names standing ready to help you with all your auto needs in 2026. Hi, we're back with you in studio with me, Wendy Trashin. She is the tournament director for the Dow Championship coming up June 8th. Let's look at that week because the 8th is a little deceiving. What are the various dates for what happening when?
Well, the first thing that we're doing, then this is new for us this year, is we are supporting the Dow Walk Run, which happens on the Saturday before on June 6th. And so we're very excited for that. A lot of golf tournaments have runs that are associated with them. It never could work out because of the date.
Right.
This year, we have been working very closely with that group, and we're very excited about it. And so anybody that participates in the Dow Walk Run will also get free weekly tickets to attend the tournament. And so we're excited about that. There's usually about 1,500 runners. And then on Sunday of tournament week, we moved Rock the Block from Monday to Sunday for a better turnout. We realized it was hard with people working to change clothes and head downtown. So we're very excited about that. The Dow Credit Union has been a great partner for that event, and so we will be working with the local businesses. We'll have players down there. Bill Simonson from The Huge Show will be our commentator, and so we're excited about kicking off tournament week with that.
And then Monday?
Monday, we have half of a pro-am with our local sponsors and businesses within the region. Tee-off time starts at 10, so we're excited about that. Tuesday is a practice day for the ladies, and Wednesday is our kickoff to our full pro-am, and that will be open to the public.
So what you said, a half pro-am on Monday. What is that?
That is a half of usually we have 224 teams, so we'll have half the teams on Monday.
Still 18
shortened,
holes,
yes.
but it's...
We'll have the girls practice beforehand. We'll have the girls practice after.
So, and then it's in the middle.
Yes.
And then the other half of it is the Dow part on
Yes.
Wednesday. Tuesday, just for everybody's knowledge, I'll be out there broadcasting, chatting with a lot of the folks. Matt Fallon will then be out there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to also keep you up to date. We've done that for a couple of years now. I love it. It's fun. A lot of fun. Good people to work with. I want to talk about probably one of the most important benefits of the tournament, and that's what's money that's given out to nonprofits. It is really a core of the tournament, isn't it?
It is a core of the tournament. We give away $500,000 each year.
Yeah.
And it's a twofold. So the whole program is called Charitable Give Back, but half of the program is our Team Up program. And so over the course of the last 2 months, all of our nonprofits that wanted to be part of the Team Up applied for the grant. Last week we met with all of the foundations. So as you recall, this is all 4 counties that we support. So Bay, Midland, Saginaw, and Mount Pleasant. And with Heather Gallegos, who leads that arm of for Dow, looked over all of the applications and then selected 36 nonprofits. Those folks will be contacted next week, whether they were selected or not. And then the other half of that is what we call our charitable give back. And so that is, we have our daily give back for 5 days during tournament week where those nonprofits come out. They have a booth within our admissions area, and they really highlight the good things that they're doing. And then we look for other ways to get nonprofits incorporated into the tournament. So, for instance, Rope and Stake. We work with a nonprofit to help us during advance week to stake off the course. We have a lemonade stand. We need help with a nonprofit. So we look for other ways that we can get the nonprofits out on course and that we can award them financially.
But again, it's $500,000 a year.
It's $500,000 a year, and it has made a difference, especially for some of these smaller nonprofits. And the one thing that I want to encourage all nonprofits to do is keep us in the loop of what their needs are and what they're doing with the money that they receive, because the more that they can keep in contact with us, the better we can align with what they need to do and accomplish.
there's an important point to be made here when you say what you just said, because Outlier is 12 months a year. You're working on the tournament. You're not just leaving when the tournament's over and coming back 6 months from now.
We're focusing on next year's tournament during this tournament.
Yeah.
So, we will be looking on what we need to change for 2027 during this year's tournament. And that is pretty much the way Outlier works with all the tournaments that we support.
My favorite change, mainly because I cried about it long enough, moving the entrance gates down the road away from the first tee, because it backed up on the first tee
it was
originally.
Horrible, and
it was
the sound.
Well, it was the noise, the laughter,
Yes.
the conversation, and
Yes.
the girls are trying to tee off. That was always. I was just so thrilled when you said we're
Well, to
moving
be
it.
able to do that, and when you think about volunteers, we can't do this tournament without our volunteers.
gonna
We
talk
need
about
1,200 volunteers during tournament week. And so, when I use the saying, it takes a village to run this tournament, it takes a village. We need everybody. And this region is so accommodating for our needs. And it's been so wonderful to see all the partnerships and how we can connect the dots. But we had all the volunteers down in the lower level of the country club, and to be able to get a suite out on course on the 16, it's air conditioned, it's got a glass front. Got
their own area.
I just love it for the volunteers because
Yeah.
they are so deserving of that.
Yeah, it really has worked out well, and it's sort of like you set up a little bit entrance village there, with all the tents are set up.
Well,
And,
it's great. We have, with the admissions area, which has expanded because we have that. You have the volunteer tent. The Midland Country Club has a merchandise tent. My Michigan Health has their tent because they're a huge supporter
Right.
of the tournament. And then we can have our daily give back. And so it gives an opportunity for people to be able to walk down that area. And for those nonprofits, they get exposure. For My Michigan, they get exposure. First Aid's there, so that's readily accessible for anybody that may need it. So that was a great move. And that just happens by taking a look at the pinch points, and it's like, what changes do we need to make?
And another thing in that general facility, of course, if it's Dow, it's got to be STEM.
Oh, that
You
STEM
can't-
center is, you wait till next year because I do need to expand it. The amount of interest in the STEM center from all people that are dealing with STEM every day to the amount of kids that we transport in. We're working with the University of Michigan again and their solar car that raced in the world. Dow has an unbelievable R&D engine, and the amount of technology and STEM that they can bring to that STEM center is terrific. And 3,500 kids we bus in.
Yeah.
And that's awesome for those kids to get that
Yeah,
experience.
I mean, when you drive by a Dow facility, you see all those big refractors and distilleries and all of that stuff. None of that happens without R&D.
Oh, and
That's what drives the company.
it's awesome. And this year, Case Systems that does furniture for schools, and they are donating all of the STEM tables and storage for us, which is unbelievable that we're actually using those kinds of equipment to make it easier for those activities to happen. And I can't thank them enough.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about walking the course and what to know and what to do and some of the things available on the course in the way of food and things like that. All with Wendy Trashin. She is tournament director for the Dow Championship.
When it's time to transform your home's...
All right, we're back with you. In studio with me is Wendy Trashin. She is the tournament director for the Dow Championship coming to the Midland Country Club, the LPGA event coming the week of the 8th of June. Just so everybody understands the dates, even though the 8th of June, we say the 8th of June, tournament actually starts on that Thursday. So it's the 11, 12, 13, 14, which are the tournament dates, right?
That's correct. 4 days. Yes. Tournament play starts on Thursday, and the cut for the final field for
End of Friday,
Yep,
yeah.
end of Friday. So that's where the field will be cut in half.
All right, let's talk about a couple of different things. First of all, veterans have always been an important part of this tournament. And one of the things that Jim Fitterling is stressed every time I talk to him. What are we doing for veterans?
Oh, our vets. We love our vets, and I can't say this enough. They are my number one phone call every year. All vets and a guest get into the tournament for free. We do have a veterans tent. Kelly sponsors it. And it's right off the entrance. On Thursday, we start with pancake breakfast. On Friday, we have a chicken dinner. Saturday, we have a happy hour. And on Sunday, we have Sundays on Sunday. Chick-fil-A in Saginaw, John Cook, who is the owner of Chick-fil-A, is a retired vet. He is very proud to be part of the veterans tent. And so you will see Chick-fil-A out there again this year with all the veterans love. We do chair yoga on Saturday for the veterans. So that was new last year. It was so wonderful to see those veterans learning how to do some stretches and exercises to keep their bodies moving. They all have a great rapport with one another, and it is just so heartwarming to see. So we work very closely with the Bay Veterans group out of Bay City. Doug Temple, who is
now the golf pro at
golf pro at Bay Valley, he 2 years ago brought on PGA Hope, which is a veterans group. We bring 40 of those veterans out. We have them play at Curry on Friday. We put them up in the Holiday Inn, and then they come out on Saturday during tournament week. That is a wonderful organization, and we're very proud to partner with them as well.
For as long as you mentioned Doug Temple, First Tee
First Tee
going to be back again?
Yes. So for we do our First Tee Junior Clinic on Tuesday of tournament week, and then we are also they will be out to run our Covenant Kids Zone during the week. And so Paige and Joe and Bennett of that group we work very, very closely with, and that is an unbelievable organization. And for the first time ever, we're working with Project Next Gen, which is a Bobby Jones nonprofit, started out of Florida. Outlier got him incorporated with them as far as doing things within tournaments down in Florida. Worked with First Tee to see whether or not we couldn't do anything with that group. They are coming up on Wednesday. And so for 20 kids between the ages of 15 and 19, they will work with them for 9 holes out at Curry on Wednesday of tournament week.
The other thing that happens at the country club, and I this is one of my favorite things, the Special Olympics.
Oh, on Saturday, yes.
3 holes.
3-hole challenge. TaylorMade sponsors that. It is heartwarming to see, and they have a ball. And you want to talk about a crowd of fans that come and watch them, and it's really remarkable. And once the tournament is over, they all get their awards, and then we put them up in one of the suites. Last year, Suzanne Pedersen did a little bit of a clinic with them, teaching them a little bit about putting, and who wouldn't want that? The fact that you can have somebody like Suzanne give you a little bit of a pointer on your putting game.
I think of all the years of doing the tournament now, my favorite thing that ever happened to me was the last day of the tournament 2 years ago. We're upstairs in the Diamond Club, and I was standing at one of those little round tables, and I was alone. And Suzanne walked by, said hello, as she always does, and stops and chats for a minute. And she went on her way. And about 5 minutes later, it's like nobody was paying attention to her. I look up, and there we're standing at my table, and we spent a half hour together because that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah, she's remarkable.
Is remarkable.
Yes.
She is remarkable. And if you really want to get her going, just talk about her family.
Yes. Yeah, well, her family joins her for the tournament, and as you know, we have the Suzanne Pedersen qualifier at the Fortress, and what has been wonderful about that is the number of ladies that, participate in that, and to be able to have a Q&A session the evening before they play with Suzanne, where they can ask questions about what's it like to be a pro? How much do you have to practice? any of the things that they may struggle with, because that's their dream. Their dream is to become an LPGA player. She's so wonderful with those young ladies, and she doesn't sugarcoat it. You know, she's very honest about what she had to do as a player, and all the times that even when she had a good round, she still went back out to the driving range, still went to the putting green to really look at her game.
One of the Dow ambassadors, Maria Fossey, still.
Maria Fossey, yes, she will be back this year. Corey Pavin is a Dow ambassador. He will not be back this year. He was at the Masters last week with Dow, and has a family vacation taken during that time. But he will be back.
No,
He's
Corey,
still
no vacations.
Yeah, I know. He's a tremendous man. He really does a great job for us.
All right, we're going to take a break. Volunteers, I promise, are next when we return.
Got a home repair problem? Don't get mad.
Gotta go to Godwin's.
Godwin's Furniture and Mattress is celebrating the grand reopening of their store in Lapeer with savings at all 12 stores. Get up to 65% off store-wide. Plus, Godwin's pays your sales tax or choose up to 60-month special financing. Plus, register to win over $20,000 worth of grand opening
All right, we're back with you in studio with me, Wendy Trashin, Tournament Director for the Dow Championship, coming the week of June 8th to the Midland Country Club. It takes people, lots of people. And I know you mentioned earlier you need about 1,200 volunteers. How many do you need to go?
We need about 450 right now. And I am going to encourage everybody to get on our website, dowchampionship.com. I will tell you the other thing that is so wonderful is that these volunteers make friends for life. Not only do they make friends with other volunteers, but they make friends with the players. They make friends with our team. It is truly a rewarding week for the volunteers, and we need each and every one of you. So if you're interested, please take a look and sign up.
So let's talk about the kinds of responsibilities a volunteer may have.
So we have everything from hospitality, where you're in all the suites and you're making sure that people are quiet. It doesn't have to be totally quiet. I think
you get this quiet
the
sign.
shushing is a little bit more disruptive than the dull roar for the players, to be honest. But we need hospitality volunteers. We need volunteers as far as marshals. We have carts and shuttle. We have supply distro. Walkers. We need a number of volunteers still. And the hardest part is, I know we live in the state of Michigan, and I know we go through a brutal winter, and in the summer we love to head up north. Saturday and Sunday is when we really need the most volunteers. And that's the height of the tournament, Saturday and Sunday. And Championship Sunday, we went 4 years without a Championship Sunday. So please, if you're interested, take a look. We would love to have you be part of our team.
And, every hole requires at least 3 or 4 volunteers.
3 or 4, yes.
You got the marshal, you got the mid-fairway marshal, and then you got the greens marshal.
Yes. So, anyway.
There's sign carriers, there's all kinds of jobs.
And all the kids, we, use all the kids for our standards walking.
Right.
And the other thing is, for both Pro-Ams, we use children caddies. So if you're over the age of 12 and want to come out and carry a bag, we would love to have you. All of those proceeds go to all the schools or the nonprofits that those kids are involved in.
Some of the days, there have been some public folks, I don't know if they win it, but they get to walk inside the ropes?
Yes. Honorary observers, yes. And so we have a number of those each day. And so those people are selected either with nonprofits. Midland Country Club has a couple of them,
right,
and Dow has a couple of them. But what an honor to be able to do that and hear the conversations that the players are having with not only one another, but with their caddies.
I mean, it really is, it's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
And in terms of food on the course, of course, there is the $10 ticket, the $20 roll tournament ticket, but there are upgrades, so to speak.
So we have concession stands on course and snack tents, and that's open to the public. We are working Ally, again, has sponsored For Our Future, which is Junior Achievement. Junior Achievement has a group of high school kids that compete, and then every day they come out and they also serve food. And then we have our suites, and our suites are, we have the Sandtrap Social and the Eagle's Nest. Those are $60 a ticket. You can use both of that. 12 and 15 is where the location. You can use those tickets and go back and forth between each of the suites. Unlimited food and beverage. So that is a great ticket price. And talking about two
particularly
great
since it
holes.
includes beverage.
Yes, is wonderful. And then we have both our Diamond Club Green and Diamond Club Tea, and that is for our sponsors. So that's an elevated ticket price. But plenty to eat out on course. And like we said, it's a $10 ticket. It's so reasonable.
Diamond Club is the 18th.
18.
Tea and Green.
Yes.
Fabulous place.
Yeah, it's not a better place to watch
Fabulous.
golf,
No.
especially the tee, because now that that's elevated and we've extended that arm, you are seeing not only the 18, you're seeing 13, and you're seeing 15. That is the best place to watch golf.
So let's go back and talk just a little bit about this new suite, the Garber.
Yes.
And now, who is that for? Is the general public included in any of that?
We will. The lower level is for the general public.
Okay.
We needed a suite to be able to do some of the programming that we have set up with Dow and some of the customers and suppliers, and so that will be programmed Tuesday through Thursday. Friday, we're taking a look and seeing what we can do with it. Saturday and Sunday, it's for country club members and neighbors. And that's intentional because, as you can imagine, putting on this tournament, we disrupt the neighborhood in a good way. Our neighbors love the tournament, and we also spoil them. And then the members are giving us up the course for a week.
Okay, another big change this year, parking.
Parking. Thank you for bringing that up.
That was
I can't say this enough. Parking has changed, and we know people are creatures of habit. And for 6 years, they know the drill. They know they either go to Midland High or they go to the Dow Diamond. As you can imagine, with all the construction that is happening on Buttle Street, the Dow Diamond, that is just would be inconvenient for everybody. And same with Midland High with the date change. They're not sure what their district schedule will look like with their spring sports. So the fairgrounds, Nick, the general manager at the fairgrounds, has been unbelievable to work with. So everybody is parking at the fairgrounds, and we will have all our buses out there. It will be marked where we have our sponsor parking, we have a volunteer parking. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that's where you go. It's a mile longer. Doesn't really take much longer as far as timing. It's a mile longer if you actually look at the miles.
I saved that for last because
I know. It's I have to continue to remind everybody. It will be on everybody's credential. It'll be on all the tickets. But just as a reminder, spread the word.
All right, again, let's remind someone if they want to volunteer, like to find out more about it.
DowChampionship.com. You get to the website, you'll take a look at the volunteer, click on that, and it'll tell you everything you need to know and where we need the help.
And will you be activating the Dow Championship app this year?
We will not. So we found that everybody's phones work interchangeably like that, and so that just saves us some time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I had it and hardly ever used it.
No, and that's what we found. So it's like, let's just, the Robust we had a complete transformation of that with one of my team members last year, and it really has all the information. And we listen. We have a portal on there where people can submit questions, and so we pay attention to that, and we make those changes accordingly.
All right, opening ceremony Thursday morning. What time?
Thursday morning, 6:45.
6:45?
Yes,
Oh,
and
my
we
God.
look forward to seeing you, Art.
I'll be there.
Yes.
Wendy, thank you, and good luck. We'll maybe do this again before the tournament.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. And you guys were so excited, 51 days out.
You betcha. Wendy Trashin, Tournament Director, Dow Championship. We'll be back to close out, tell you what's ahead.
Hi, this is Jim.
Wendy Trashin from the Dow Championship and Outlier for being with us. Coming up, we'll have open phones during the 10 o'clock hour, whatever you'd like to chat about. That follows the news from CBS and the local report. Michael Purchase in the WSGW newsroom. I'm Art Lewis. We'll be back right after the news.
Broadcasting from the